Hey, I'm Sunny, and I love playing shitty games, especially shitty free-to-play ones. Something within me causes me to check the newly released Steam free-to-play section almost daily. I've played a lot of stinkers, and I'd like to save you from making the same mistakes I do on a daily basis. Welcome to the next good game in 3, Metal Hellsinger. Metal Hellsinger is like crack. The good kind, mind you. Not that I've ever tried the bad kind. But when I'm playing, my eyes are twitching, my heart is racing, and my focus can get lost while I get too distracted just enjoying the fantastic soundtrack. It's a first-person shooter with a rhythm game twist, where you shoot and kill to the constant 140 BPM rhythm. Shooting on beat does more damage, shooting off beat does less damage, and makes the guns sound equally as weak. You play as the Unknown, on a journey to kill the Red Judge, aka the Devil. And frankly, the story is the game's weakest point. There is still a story, which is more than I expected, but it's filled with a lore and a world that the game doesn't have enough time to set up. But without spoiling the ending of the game, it heavily sets up for either a DLC or a sequel, so I'm sure it's going to be continued in one way or another. The overall gameplay is progressing through 8 levels to kill the Devil that we talked about earlier. Each stage design plays like an old school arena shooter, with the shoot on beat mechanics layered perfectly in between. You'll unlock new guns as the levels progress, and each gun has its own character and playstyle. Starting off with a skull that acts as your way to maintain tempo and keep your rhythm. Speaking of rhythm, you see that combo meter at the top? That's a damage modifier, and it ties to the music. At 1 times, it's just an instrumental, 4 to 8 times is a more full version, and when you hit 16 times, the vocals kick in, and all hell breaks loose. Your skull will maintain your combo meter even if you don't hit anything, so long as you're hitting the perfect beat timings. You've got a shotgun that's the backing kick drum, booming and constant. There's revolvers that accentuate the beats, a crossbow that's as explosive musically as it is effectively, and a few others that help keep the playstyle and the sonics varied. Use all your instruments well and you'll be demolishing the undead armies with incredible style. You have a selection of perks earned by doing instance challenges after beating every level. The perks aren't super useful unless you're trying to get a place on the leaderboard. Some examples are a little bit bonus score, not losing a combo, or a bit more damage when low health. Little boosts, but they don't really add much to the progression of the game in my opinion. But now finally I get to gush about the soundtrack. They had no reason to go as hard as they did. The absolute prestige of some of the guest singers for these songs. Each song feels unique and fit for its level and their pacing. Ever since finishing the game, I've had them on rotation, and I feel like it'll be quite some time before they go out of it. If I have to talk about any negatives, I do have to say that the game is really short, but that I'm completely fine with it. I 100% completed the game in just under 4 hours. For most other games, you might be sorely disappointed with that runtime. But from start to finish, this game was breakneck pace, adrenaline-fueled action, and a soundtrack that's bangers front to back. Metal Hellsinger is one of those games that reminds me why I love video games so much. It feels like a true form of expression, and one designed with passion and heart throughout. I cannot wait for whatever these guys do next. With that in mind, I give Metal Hellsinger an I'd pre-order a sequel out of 10. If there's any other games you think I should try, good or bad, free or otherwise, then go ahead and drop them in the comments. Otherwise, I'm back to trying and failing to satiate my unquenchable RuneScape addiction. Thank you for watching.